Hello.
Hello,
How
can
are
you
you?
hear me?
Yeah.
Good evening or good night.
Yes, it's evening here. What time is it there?
I'm in Barbados. It's 9:30
Oh
at
my
night.
goodness, I'm so jealous you're in Barbados.
Oh.
It's beautiful there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Where are you
Yes.
from? UK?
I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm in Dallas, Texas right now. And I was born in the United States, but English was actually not my first language. Spanish was, and I speak a total of 6 languages.
Six. Oh my God.
Yeah. English, Spanish, my husband's from Japan, so I speak Japanese, French, German, and Italian.
Oh my
So,
God. Yeah, genius.
no, no, I'm what you call a polyglot. So,
uh,
and I've been teaching for 15 years for English. So,
15.
15. I'm 40 years old. So,
Oh my, no, no, no,
yes, I
no,
can show
no,
you my
no.
driver's license. I was born in 1982. Yes.
40?
Yeah,
40?
I'm 40. Yeah. Yes.
No, you look
Okay,
like.
you're my new best friend, Ian. Now I'm actually 40 years old. I was born in 1982. Mhm.
Oh my God.
Now, I will tell
Really?
you I look a little bit younger because I'm half Mexican. I don't look like your traditional American person, because I'm half Mexican. So,
Oh, half
yeah.
Mexican.
Yes. Yo hablo español también porque mi familia es mexicana. So,
Uh,
that's why Spanish is my first language because my mother's from Mexico. So,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
right.
So, why are you wanting to learn English more proficiently, Ian?
Because I'm a Chinese teacher actually. I teach Chinese.
Wow! So, that's amazing. I
Yeah.
know very, very, very little Chinese, and the only reason why I know a little bit is because Japanese has a lot of Chinese in it because of the kanji. Yep. So,
Yeah,
that's the
yes, yes.
exactly. So, and I don't speak it well. Japanese I do. Nihongo ga wakarimasu ka? So,
Ooh.
my husband's from Osaka, okay?
Yeah.
So, yes, and that's
So,
why. So there are
mm,
certain words that we have that we stole from Chinese. We had to because there's no word. So we have to sometimes depending on the region, we stole the niga niga. We do that too. So in the region. So just so you
okay.
know, we stole it. We liked
Wow.
it. Yeah.
It's not stone. It's nerve from.
Yeah, we will borrow it.
Yeah. It's
But all languages borrow.
yes,
So
right.
you being a language teacher, you understand.
Yes.
So let me ask, because you are a Chinese teacher, why do you want to know English better or more proficiently? Your English sounds really good so far.
Not really. Not really.
Yes, yes, it does.
Most of my students they are from English-speaking countries, so
Mhm.
and Barbados is too. They
Yes,
speak
it's
French,
predominantly yes, and
Vietnamese. Yeah.
depending on the province you are in, there could be some French
So
too.
yeah.
Mhm.
So if my English is better, now it would help my teaching.
Okay.
Sometimes
S-
I don't really understand what they say, so I have to learn.
Okay. So for you, I would say because you are very familiar with the phonetics and also the mechanics of the language, and this is where, just as you are teaching Chinese, language is living. It's more than just words. It's
Yeah.
being that, that type of person within your Chinese self is different from your English self. Same,
Yeah.
same, has to be. The reason why is because we have these unspoken rules of language. For English, we're almost like haiku. We like short sentence, strong word, and we have a
Ooh.
lot of idioms. And I will show you those because I think that's what would bring your English to the level that you desire. English doesn't seem like it's really your problem. I think we need to challenge you more now to speak more like native speaker with
Mm.
idioms. Okay. I I really don't encourage you to lose your accent. I can help you with that, but I don't think you should, especially since you're teaching Chinese and phonetics and how you say things in Chinese is very specific.
Yeah.
English, on the other hand, we don't care.
Oh,
No,
really?
the reason why is because all we have in English is a, u. That's all we have. So we have
Mm.
to be very, very, very creative. That's why we have so many idioms. Okay. And I'm going to show you some idioms, what I'm talking about. And I will
Okay.
send these to you too. I'm going to send you 3 documents after class. It's going to help you to be more proficient with learning idioms and how they're used. Idioms
Mhm.
are they're a point of contention. They're very frustrating, especially for English, because you will understand the words, but you do not understand the assigned meaning. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what's confusing, and we have no logic. We just
Yeah,
made it up, okay?
right.
That's what makes it hard, okay? It's not your English that's the problem. Your English is great,
I
but
think it's about the culture.
yes, it's more about collocation and idiom usage and homonyms. That's how I can help you, okay? So we'll start here. I would like you to read out loud what I'm writing here, okay?
Mhm.
Please read.
So let's sleep on it. Let's sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. Bend over backward. Yeah, I know
Yep.
every single
Keep
word.
going. Keep going.
Okay,
We'll talk about it. Keep going.
okay. Bend over backwards. Take it with a grain of salt. Lots of moving parts. Behind the scenes, cool
Scenes. You
as
said it right
a
the first time.
uh,
Okay.
cool as a cucumber. Move a needle.
Perfect. Excellent. So you understand all these words, but you don't know the meaning.
Yeah.
That's where I can help you. So let's start with the reason why I have you read them. As you're familiar with teaching Chinese, I have to hear how you're saying it. And you
Mm-hmm.
say it perfectly. Try not to correct yourself in English. Trust that skill. Okay? You've been speaking English a very long time. Trust
Mm-hmm.
it. Have confidence. Okay?
Yeah.
Number
Yeah.
one, you know that is a
I know
language
that.
teacher. That's number one rule. You have to believe you speak it.
Okay.
Okay, so remember that. The first idiom, let's sleep on it, let me sleep on it. These are all business idioms, just so you know. These are all very formal. We don't really use these in social setting because they're too formal. And
Yeah.
the first one, they don't look like it, but they are. When we say let's sleep on it or let me sleep on it, what we are meaning by this is I need 24 to 48 hours to make an important decision. Instead of
Mm-hmm.
saying all of that, we just say, let me sleep on it. That's what we mean by that. So if you and I are speaking and I want to take a Chinese class, but I'm just not sure because of money or whatever, I'll say, that sounds great, Ian. Let me sleep on it.
Okay.
Yep. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Confusing, right?
Yeah,
So,
right.
yeah, exactly. But it just comes with usage and repetition, just like yours. You have, for Chinese too, you have many idioms too, and you
Yes.
also have collocation, like regional collocation. So do
Mm-hmm.
I, for the English that I speak, and also even in Texas, it's just but I choose not to do that. The only idioms I ever will give you is professional, polite, respectful, and everyone that speaks English native speaker English, any country, they will understand this.
Okay.
So, I will never give you anything that's disrespectful or like where it's not universally used. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't do that. It's not appropriate. Okay. So, the next one, bend over backwards. So, if you had to get any type of logic from this one, yoga where you
You got.
bend, yeah. So it's
No.
kinda yeah, right, yeah, exactly. So you have the idea. And so what we mean by this one is I am going to put a lot of effort into making you happy and successful. That's
Mm.
what bend over backwards as an idiom means. I'll give you an example. So, Ian, I appreciate you having a class with me. I will bend over backwards to make this experience seamless and to where you learn English most effectively.
It's
Ah,
like try your best.
exactly.
Okay.
Yes. Why not just say that, right? That would make more sense, but that's English. Not a lot of logic. So, yes. And the next one, take it with a grain of salt. So, again, there's really no logic, and our idioms have a lot to do with sports, especially football, and it has a lot to do with food. But there's no logic really. So, take it with a grain of salt. What this one means is the understand that whatever source of information that you are getting your information from is not 100% truthful. Okay, that's what we mean by this. So I'll give you an example. So when we watch the news from our country, we have to take it with a grain of salt. You know, regardless of the country, because they will say they're trying to scare, like for COVID-19, they're trying to scare the public more and more and more and more.
Mm,
So we can only have like little, understand little truth in what they're saying on the news, okay?
mm,
Because we know that it's over exaggerated. It's
yeah.
too much. So we do know it's true, but a little bit, not everything, okay?
Mm,
So we take the news with a grain of salt. Yes, exactly. So, and the next one, lots of moving parts. What this means is I am part of a project, and there are a lot of projects that all need attention. But instead of me telling you all this in a negative way, we simply say, there's lots of moving parts. We don't
mm,
want you to worry. So
oh,
yes, we often say this. So, how we would use this, you and I, for teaching language. So, we would tell our students language is not a race because there are so many moving parts.
mm,
Language is more than just words. It's learning culture, it's learning how, when, why to say
mm,
things.
yeah.
Okay? Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Now, behind the scenes, it's very similar to lots of moving parts. It means that there are many, many projects that require my attention, but I don't want to be negative, and but I do want you to feel okay with my progress. Instead of saying all of this, we just simply say behind the scenes. So, as your language teacher, I work behind the scenes to make your experience for learning better.
Mm,
Hmm.
I see.
Yes, you see. And then cool as a cucumber. This is kind of like an adjective, if you had to say. It is an idiom, and it does seem very informal, but it's not. And the way we would use it is your and my work, as a language teacher, we would say, if you continue your lessons and practice, you will be most proficient. You'll just breeze through cool as a cucumber in your work.
So it's
Hmm.
like you feel easy to do something.
Correct. And you're using your context clues. I'm very impressed. That is correct. It's just like it's really easy. You're going to do very well and you're going to be very successful, and everyone is going to notice in a positive way. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's what cool as a cucumber is. Why not just say that? But that's not English. It wouldn't be English if otherwise. And the
Mm,
last one, move the needle. Move the needle in this context. What it means is notable progress on a project or projects that you are part of. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example. So you and I am teaching you English, and we've been teaching for, many weeks, and I am telling you about your progress. And I would say to you, Ian, you are really moving the needle. progress is very notable in a positive way.
Hmm, I see.
Yeah.
So you make a great progress and you solve some difficult.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly, exactly. Yes. And, it's just me verbally saying, your progress is very notable. But you have to be careful how you use this one because it can be negative too. You
Like,
can say, and you're just simply not moving the needle. I thought your progress would be much more advanced than now.
mm,
So, uh-huh. So see, tone has a lot to do with it too, just like your
yeah,
mother tongue. Yeah.
right.
So that's the frustrating part about idioms, though, is tone has to deal with it and also situation. So,
Right.
do you find these helpful?
Yes, yes, I think so. Yeah, it's
Yes.
helpful.
Yes. And for these, I have a lot of these. I'm going to send you 3 documents after class
Yeah.
because they're going to show you what it is, the idiom. They're going to show you the perceived definition of the idiom, and
Mm-hmm.
then it's going to give you an example how the idiom is used. I wrote it very specifically and very clearly for this. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Very good. I'm looking for that.
Absolutely. I'd send it to you now, but it won't let me through Cambly. I have to send it through the little messenger thing because it's an attached document that I created. So,
Oh, right.
yeah, yeah. Just like you, I'm sure you create
That's
documents
good.
for
Right.
it's just easier, yeah, because there are certain things in your mother tongue that only you as a native speaker can teach more,
Yeah, yeah,
proficiently. Yeah, you know that. I have to ask you, since you are a fellow teacher of a different foreign language,
yeah.
one of the hardest languages in the world, I might add. So, yeah, Chinese is incredibly difficult. And
No, actually not. Actually not.
I think so. And it's because it's so different than other languages, because
Yeah,
it sounds smashed together. Those
yeah.
who don't have a concept of this,
Mm-hmm.
it's very confusing because if you think about it, English is kind of a baby language. You have to
Not.
kind of yeah, it is. I'll explain. I'll explain. Because English you almost have to like make your thought process be dumber, you know? Oh, it's true. It's true. Because and I can say this with confidence because I speak other languages
Yeah.
that Chinese, a lot of brain power. You have to learn how to say it, the infliction, like, it can change the whole thing. If you say it wrong, it's wrong. English is a lot more forgiving. We don't really care.
Okay, so first, relax. If you say wrong, Chinese people understand you.
Yes, but you'll probably laugh.
No,
Eng
no, we are
Really? Oh,
friendly.
I went to Shenzhen, and I know very, very little Chinese, very little,
For
very little.
example,
Yeah, so I had to go there because of business.
mm-hmm.
And, so I just know, like, really, really basic stuff like "shit, shit." That's pretty much it. Because I speak Japanese. It's
Yeah, right.
completely different language, and, Americans are kinda I don't wanna speak ill will, but they're kinda stupid. Because, well, they think that anybody who is Asian, they think that they're Chinese. So, immediately they think my husband's Chinese. And it's like, "No, there's far more other Asian countries."
I think the same situation to Chinese. So if I see a foreigner, if they are black, sorry, white man,
Yeah.
we say it's from UK or America.
Oh, I know,
Maybe
right?
they are from Spain, maybe France, which I think, oh, maybe they are from UK or America.
I agree. We have that kind of same thought in the United
Right.
States too. And if we see someone who's black, we happen to think that they're like from
They're from
Africa or
Africa,
something.
right?
Yeah. It's the same thing.
Right.
But, you know, it's very frustrating in the United States because we have a very, very large Asian population, and
Uh-huh.
there are people from all different Asian countries, not
Yeah.
just China, you
Yeah.
know? We actually in Texas, we have a very large Vietnamese
Yeah,
population.
yeah, right.
Yeah, like a fourth of the people that live in Texas are Vietnamese, you know?
Yeah, it's a country below the China,
It's in
south of the
Southeast
China.
Asia. Yeah, it's in
Right,
Southeast Asia. Exactly. It's near Thailand and things like
right,
this.
right, right, right.
But most people in the United States, they don't leave the United States. That's one thing. They just don't. They really don't. They have no desire to leave the country. And I know that there are people just in your country that they don't ever want to leave either. That's just,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
sometimes the way
right.
it is. But there's a whole great big world out there, and some people just don't care. I mean, look at you. You're in Barbados. That's a
Mm-hmm.
far, I'm sure that's very far from your homeland. So,
Right,
yeah.
exactly.
What why Barbados? I mean, besides it being beautiful. I'm very jealous, by the way. I would do that
Welcome,
too.
welcome.
Hey, I might. But why Barbados? You got the opportunity and just went, or?
Mm-hmm. Because
Mm.
actually, I'm not a real teacher. I'm a volunteer here, and I'm a master student. So this is like a internship.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah,
Yes.
and there are so many projects that help Chinese students teaching overseas. And I got some offer like from Mongolia, from a country in the Middle Asia. I don't know how to say that
Oh
in
my
English.
goodness, yeah, all those countries, by the way, they pay a lot of money. But
Mhm.
like Saudi Arabia and Iran and things like this, they pay a lot of money, but they're very dangerous. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah.
And I got the offer from like uh, a country near Ukraine and Russia.
Oh,
Between
good thing you didn't go there. There's a war going on right
and
now.
yeah, and they don't
They
speak
don't they don't
English.
li well, also, they don't like people that speak English very much.
I think so.
No, it's
So
true,
actually
they really
Barbados,
don't. Yeah,
yeah, they
yeah.
don't speak English, and Barbados they speak English, and I cannot speak the language of Mongolia or something. So I came here.
You are very smart. I
But
think that's
when I
amazing.
when I arrived here, I think, did I learn English? Why I cannot understand what they're saying?
Because they have the Bahamian accent. Oh my gosh, it's
Yeah,
so
they have
hard to
the dialect
understand.
and accent.
Well, also, like, they kind of mix with, like, Trinidad and Tobago and things like
Yeah,
this, and
mix,
so
mix,
they're
right.
they're almost lazy in the jaw, and so, like,
Right.
yeah, they're like, "Hey, tell me the ting, tell me
Yeah.
the ting." Yeah, 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 that's their own collocation, okay?
And
So none of us understand it.
do you know how they say three? Three.
T Tree, tree,
Tree. Tree.
tree, tree, tree.
Tree.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
so at first I said one, two, three, what's that? And then after 1 month I say,
3.
okay, speak after me, one,
Context
two, three.
clues. Yes, it's like not trees, tree.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, their accent is very hard to understand for even in I actually speak with a Texas accent as my natural language, but
Mm-hmm.
I choose not to, just like you, because it's too difficult for someone learning
Mm-hmm.
to try to decipher with an accent. So, it's too confusing. It's not
Yeah.
fair.
So
Just
at first, well,
mhm.
when I hear them speaking, and there's so, sorry, pardon, and now I say, right, good,
Yeah! You picked it up! Mhm. Ote, ote. Yep.
right,
You say that. Ote, ote. I thinking. Yep. They
mm-hmm.
say that. They say instead of th, they say like ti. So like ting, ting instead of thing, they say ting. All these things, they don't matter. Yeah,
Well,
they'll say like, yeah,
oh,
I know.
sure.
It's very confusing, but they are very relaxed, very kind people,
Right,
and they will give you anything that they have, they will give to you. So you
right,
picked a good place to go for a
yeah,
nice experience. Yeah.
I
So
really enjoy life here.
It's a very beautiful place, and many people from the United States, they go vacation, holiday
Yeah,
there.
right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
So,
From American, from Canada, and from UK, so many
yes,
tourists.
yes. So many all the time. And they use all of these idioms, so many moving parts. So,
Right.
but I think you will be happy with the things that I send you. It's going to be a lot more efficient to speak like native speaker, just how like you simulated, let's say, yeah, right, right, exactly. And it's teaching you that faster.
That's right, right,
Instead of trying to guess, like, what is he trying to say? What? And it's not that you don't know English. You
right,
do actually. It's you don't know the meaning because it's like we're keeping it a secret or something, but we
right.
expect you to know it somehow. And that regard, English is very frustrating. So it is. Okay, now I have a question for you since you teach Chinese. What is like something that is like very useful that is not like your typical, like ni hao ma, like
Mm-hmm.
nothing, like what is something that is a little more like a native speaker?
So actually, we say ni hao, but just for the first time.
Oh,
So like we meet the first time, we say ni hao, ni hao,
ni
like
hao, yeah,
that. But if you are friend, we don't say that. We say like in English, you will say like how it's going, right?
yeah, hey, like hey, how's it going,
Hey, how's it
how are
going?
you,
Yeah, yeah. So
exactly, what's
right,
going on, yeah,
we would say like are you busy these days? Something like that.
how do you say it?
Are you? How to say that? I mean, 你最近怎么样？
Okay, you have to slow that way down.
Right. So
我爱
it
你。
means yeah. So like 你 means you. 最近 recently 怎么样? How is going? So
Okay, so
how are you
yeah,
these days?
but for the English speaker who speaks Japanese, so like for Japanese, we will go like we don't have the same thing. So it's like o genki desu ka?
Okay, now
So o genki desu ka?
こんにちは。おはようございます。
Konnichiwa. It's like arigatou gozaimasu. Hi. And where I'm from, for my husband, we speak Osaka bean, and so we go like Maida like this. So
So you don't live in Tokyo?
no,
No.
no, my husband's from Osaka. So
Osaka. Oh, I
yeah,
see. Osaka.
Osaka is a different. It's different. Like they have a different collocation than
Yes.
Tokyo. Yes. So we'll go
But
like Maido.
Osaka is the second biggest city
It
in the
is. It is. It is.
and the culture is so different from
Totally different. So Tokyo is very sophisticated and very expensive, posh. It's like New York, okay, in the United
yeah,
States. Yeah,
right.
Osaka is more like Los Angeles, I guess,
Los Angeles. Okay.
Yeah, because it's just a different kind of culture. It's not as formal and they are a lot more direct in
Mm-hmm.
Osaka because it's just part of like if you go to a store, like a small store of convenience, and get rice or something or,
Yeah.
a snack or convenience store, that they will like when you walk in the door, they will say "Maida" like this in Osaka. Yeah, Maida,
Osaka.
the men and the women. And the only thing that's closest to that word is there's a word in English but it's also Polynesian. It's in Hawaii and they say mahalo.
Mahalo.
Mahalo. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard of it kind of, especially since where you are, they have something kind of similar, but it means hello and goodbye, but in a positive spirit.
Oh, I see.
And when we say mahalo, Maya is the same thing, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and for my husband as a joke, I kind of make fun of him because he doesn't like English so much because he thinks it's silly. He's not wrong, but I go,
What?
yeah, well, it's just because the rules are just
Yeah, it's
annoying.
true.
Yeah. And so as a joke, I will say, "Eigo ga wakarimasu ka?" He's like, "Ha ha, you're so funny." I'm asking him, does he speak English?
And
But
your
I didn't.
Chinese, yeah, your Japanese is so fluently. So do you take the test like N1, N2? You are
Yes.
N1.
Yeah. So
N1 is
I
like the native speaker.
yeah, because I speak Japanese in my house. Oh, we're about to run out of time. Sorry.
Sorry.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Yeah.